the San Diego Smash. The final match will be the boys of the Miami Mayhem and the San Diego Smash.
Favorite TV show? Family Guy.
Favorite TV show? Breaking Bad.
Rick and Morty. It's out there.
I went through a big money heist phase. Isn't it the best? It's people love it or hate it.
All time, probably The Office.
The Office.
Nitro Circus or just anything that was on Fuel TV back in the day.
Probably Prison Break.
Love Island. Okay. Ted Lasso.
I like Peaky Blinders.
Favorite TV show is Schitt's Creek. I love that one.
I watched a show called Dawson's Creek in 2020.
I loved it. I love Romeo.
In the home of beach volleyball, you can find some of the world's best right here on the AVP League. And the last and final match from the Intuit Dome in this Week 5 action of the regular season. The San Diego Smash taking on the Miami Mayhem. It's time for the men's matchup. Schalk and Shaw versus Buttinger and Evans. Two teams that are neck and neck in these standings as they get set to try and jockey their way up to the top. Schalk and Shaw 1 and 2 thus far. Buttinger and Evans, they've had a few more matches on their side, sitting at 2 and 3. Two teams trying to get above 500 and be at the top of the order, trying to find those top 6 spots. Hi, everyone. Cameron Irwin alongside the two-time Olympian Kevin Barnett. Rich Lamborn will be down on the sand with us shortly as we get set for this matchup. You're at that 5 and 6. It's a critical juncture when you're considering the standings heading into Chicago.
Certainly. We don't know a ton about Miami thus far. This will be just their 4th match, but I do know that I want more from James Shaw. Okay. I want more than serving. He has a number of aces, but he has too many errors to go with it, and he's hitting just .397. That is less than he is capable of. So if he can raise his numbers up just a little bit, he'll be in good shape. And he can do it by choosing his opportunities with a little more selectiveness. People are serving Cam Schultz quite a bit, so he's having to go on 2. Do that. On the other side, what are they vulnerable to over there? Service. They've given up a number of aces, particularly to Hagen Smith over the last 2 matches, have the smash. Now they face James Shaw. So if I'm on the smash side, my first order of business is handle reception. Doesn't have to be perfect. Make sure it's up.
Can they get in system? We're going to find out, because James Shaw, the right side of the screen right there, one of the best servers you will see. He's been serving near 60 miles per hour. I mean, how do you even do that as a defender trying to be able to cushion that ball? He's playing alongside the Olympian, Cam Schultz. 3 Olympians in this matchup.
Yeah, and you see Cam Schultz, he's been ruthlessly efficient. He's hitting 500. That's great. He has been the target, and in transition, he's been good at putting the ball away. The problem is he's not digging as many balls. I'd like to see him dig one more ball per set. That's going to be the difference between a deuce loss and a deuce win.
Just 2 men's teams that have 2 rookies on their side. It's hard to believe an Olympian is a rookie in the AVP League, but nonetheless, Cam Schultz is.
Yeah, 39 years old, the rookie, and alongside him, James Shaw at 31. He's just kind of coming into it, what he's capable of, the Woodside, California native and one-time Stanford standout.
Strong bloodlines for James Shaw, son of legendary Stanford coach Don Shaw, as you look to chase Buttinger and Miles Evans, the Olympians from Paris 2024. They had the late surge to get to the Olympics and the late surge to get to the championships. They ended up picking up the title in 2024, and they've got to find that first contact.
Yeah, they could do it again here. If they come out 3 and 3, they'll be in pretty good shape. Couple of matches to go. They've had a number of tough matchups here. It is the undefeated team from LA that has surprised the entire league. And Miles Evans, who can forever and now call himself an Olympian.
And they're coming off a tough loss. Last night, it was just 2 sets played, or excuse me, 3 sets played against the LA Launch. And it's the second time they took a loss to the other rookie duo on the men's side.
Yeah, Chase Buttinger at 37 now. He had a tremendous match, hit 733, had 13 kills. That was a good bounce back for him. It just wasn't quite enough. They gave up too many aces.
On the other side for Schalk and Shaw, it was a battle against Phil Dahlhauser and Trevor Crabb and the Palm Beach Passion. It was just 2 sets played on their side, so they are trying to find a little redemption against the San Diego Smash. Get a chance to see James Shaw from the service line, and it is fun to watch. From one men's match to the other, 2 of the best servers you will see in Hagen Smith, and then to James Shaw in the mix.
If I'm James Shaw, I'm going to come out swinging.
And he does just that. Target acquired, Chase Buttinger. Nice and simple from C-Bud.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of offensive variation here from San Diego. One of the things I like about C-Bud's game right now, and I actually think he should shoot more, is his ability to heat the ball up. As soon as you can hit the ball hard, well, you've shown that. People will get up early on you, which should leave you some space for shooting over the top of a blocker that's already peaked.
Here's that jump set from the Stanford standout, and he showcases what he can do with the block as well.
Now, James Shaw is in that conversation for next big man up. Of course, we have Andy Benish on the men's side who stepped into that role, an Olympian. But now, is it Logan Webber? Is it James Shaw? Who's going to be that next big guy to be dominant at the net?
You know what? That's a problem I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it gets solved. Exactly.
Let's check in with the Olympic gold medalist, Rich Lamborn.
Thanks, Cam. Talking to Coach Dan Wayner of the San Diego Smash, I said, what's the game plan going into this matchup tonight? He said, you know what it is? It's have fun. Yesterday, we got a little bit wrapped up in the minutia, and we kind of lost sight of just going out there and having a good time. And so he said that was the edict for tonight. Just go out there, have a good time playing some volleyball.
The question remains, did he say minutia, or did Rich Lamborn come up with that?
That's a Rich Lamborn
That's
kind of
definitely
word.
a Rich Lamborn kind of word.
Yeah, and you heard that for the San Diego Smash women's side, right, during their match, that the idea was, hey, let's check in on you mentally during this match, and it was remember to have fun. Be aggressive and have fun.
Sometimes you just got to reset the mechanism. Buttinger reaching high there. A look at Kane Shaw. You mentioned he's 39 years old, out of Red Deer, Alberta. Was an Olympian for Team Canada. Trying to find red, white, and blue now in LA 2028. He's found himself a young partner that has some weapons from the service line. 3-all.
So good stuff there. Crisp contact and a nice pull around the ball. That's a recipe for success. Now he went to the corner there. Does he go to the other corner this time?
He tries to. That's your move.
I actually, what I really like to do, I see a lot of guys do that, right? That's the old Jake Gibb approach to serving. Go to one line, go to the other line. What I always liked doing was playing side to side with the same person. I like serving the same person over, not going to somebody else.
How about serving middle?
That works too.
Boucher's got jokes. A look at the 7-year NBA vet. Now officially a beach volleyball player.
Yeah.
His 8th season with the AVP. Started playing volleyball at a young age, went to basketball, and right back to where he belongs as that ball is extended well out of bounds. San Diego proving to be in the right spot. Buttinger finished 2024 with the highest hitting efficiency on the men's side. Still been trying to bolster those numbers in 2025. Here comes Game Shulk. And that's a hot pocket.
Yeah, I like the hot pocket finish, no doubt. Ham and cheese, pepperoni, whatever you like. But the soft hands from James Shaw right there. Kind of a bang-bang play, and he just lays it off. You can see his comfort level with the speed of the ball arriving to him as a setter.
He was a setter at Stanford, won an indoor national title in 2014. He was the MPSF Player of the Year.
Well, and then also a professional setter in Italy, where he not only finished off setting duties, but then he converted to opposite and went right back to playing in A1 Italy. That's a big deal.
It's not often you see a 6'8" setter.
No, you do not. There are not many in the world, nor in the history of volleyball in general.
Gotta be agile.
And for
Play that
coming to the
position.
beach, sorry, Cam, for coming to the beach, that's always the first question. Everybody asks, okay, he's got all these other skills. Can he or she set?
Check.
Yes. Known.
Also picking up the Lloyd Ball Award for the nation's best setter. That was in 2016.
Speaking of 6'8" setters.
Love that play. Is it in or out? It's called out of bounds.
I had it in.
I thought it was in.
I had it in. They have a case here to do the smash.
You talk about running a spread offense. That's from one sideline to the other.
I think the line moved.
Here's your look. Oh, I don't know if you're going to see it. Does the camera follow?
No touch.
Oh, of course the camera follows. Let's go, team.
No, that ball's in. And the crowd knows it. The crowd just saw the same replay. Oh, that ball is in.
And there's no video challenge, so this is where it gets real interesting.
There sort of is, because we have 40,000 square feet of LED board above us here in the Intuit Dome, so there's like a 2-story challenge system above us. There you go. That is correct.
When they ride it.
Kame is just going to be upset, but hey, Kame, this is the correct call.
Chase even looking to Mike Playcheck, the coach for the other team, saying, I mean, that was clear as day. Yeah, that absolutely clipped it. Mike Playcheck having a word with Kame Shaw, telling him, hey, just reset right now. That ball was in. Next play. I wish they had served Kame. I want to see the damage that can be done. There's James Shaw.
I like that ball anyway, Cam, to your point. I like that response from James Shaw. Yeah, all right, we don't like the call here. Eat one.
Sometimes you just got to get a little angry at something.
Or all the time.
Anything.
All the time. At everything.
Here comes another play from left to center. Schulk, tight ball, and finds a remarkable angle.
Kame Schulk did a really nice job of staying disciplined, as did his partner Shaw, with that little step-in movement that they were trying to create with the offensive side there for the smash. They stayed with their plan and didn't let the approach and attack angle alter it.
Out of Red Deer College, he was a two-time national champion and went to Trinity Western.
Yeah, college is junior college up there before you go to university.
That's the University of James Shaw.
Block you.
That was good.
Thanks. Not as good as that block, though. God, James can be so big. You see these flashes of brilliance from Miami. I think Rich was talking about it in the last match, about consistency. That's all they need, is a little bit of consistency. You see the offensive power. You see the size of James at the net. You know Kame can take the transition. All the pieces are there for Miami.
And they've said it. They feel like they are just within an arm's reach of some of the best teams in the world. They understand where they're at with kind of this rookie mentality and a younger, wily player, and James Shaw, and then the veteran that's been rejuvenated in Kame Shaw. There's a little extra strength. He says, come on, I need a little extra love from the fans on that one.
Well, you better take your shirt off then.
Chase Buttinger taking the charge.
Cam, my apologies.
And that's another ace. A 5-1 run. It's just simply too fast. How do you pick and choose where to go? Because he can do that to the sideline. Full roundabout for Kame Shaw. Put that guy on a merry-go-round.
Was that your 360 dunk? Did you want another basketball reference there?
Yes, I did.
Okay, very good. Sorry, I missed your first one. That was my bad. I dropped the ball, fumbled it out of bounds.
That's the wrong sport.
I know.
That'd be a touchback. Well, out of end zone. Fumble into the end zone. There's a good look at Kame Shaw. I mean, he can't even see the court. The defense on the other side still finds a kill.
Keep going to Miles. Miles has not gotten Chase up there. Even if he does, Chase is like kind of thinking about it. I got Chase to come back. Yeah.
Put on the gas. That's the biggest thing. Just make sure you talk.
Stay on our side.
Yeah. It's talk middle. Talk middle. Make sure we know who's got middle. My middle. Yeah. You guys doing great. Let's go. Keep the energy high.
Yeah. I'll get those passes up the head a little bit.
All right, let's go.
Fine, I'll get you on.
Keep the energy high. Come on, push.
So service game, keep it on Miles. And talk about who has the middle in reception. Very simple cues for both aspects of serve or receive.
And a third anecdote from that conversation is that they said, watch Miles' pass. He hasn't been able to get that ball up to the net for Chase to be able to option. So they're watching from a defensive perspective, ready for the option play. And that very first contact.
Yeah, and the less they have to watch for that, the bigger James can be at the point of attack on that third contact.
Came up with some big time aces. Right back to the service line. middle looked like it was well controlled. That ball out of bounds, though. They had a 3-point advantage at the midway point in this set, the San Diego Smash, as they now trail by 1. Nice lift from Shaw. Evans says a little too easy, as does the defense on the other side. Shocked with the emphasis.
And another beautiful set for James Shaw. The body control to twist underneath that thing and lay it off. That is such an asset. If you're an attacker, you know your setter is just going to put in money.
Big look and a bigger block. Another monster block for James Shaw. Number 3.
Yeah, welcome to Shaw Telecom. Please step into the phone booth and dial your number.
Maybe the option, not so fast, and another error on the side of Miles Evans. Frustration mounting as it's now set point. They had the 3-point lead.
And you love this about beach volleyball. You know you're getting it again. No let up here.
Extended set, a little bit of height on that one, and lets Evans just unload.
Yeah, but James Shaw was on it. That should have been 15-10 with an exclamation point and all the momentum.
To go right back to the right side. What a scoop from the set. And right back down, set belongs to the Miami Mayhem, ending on a 10-3 run. That hurts for San Diego.
Yeah, you have to be efficient. You have to be consistent if you're going to be one of the top teams in AVP League play. And certainly if you have desires on 2028, consistency is going to be your friend. That was a fairly nice and consistent first set from Miami.
We'll come back with the second set between the Miami Mayhem and the San Diego Smash. Mayhem looking to secure the win.
A little magic. How about a little magic, huh?
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
The Miami Mayhem currently sitting at 1-2 on the men's side, looking to improve to 500. They've got the first step down as they picked up set number 1 against the San Diego Smash. A look at Kane Shulk and what he's been able to do. Kevin, what are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing consistency offensively. He's hitting 750, 6 of 8, and in my opinion, his offensive efficiency will determine wins and losses for the Mayhem all season long. So the better he is, the more he can force teams to actually go to James Shaw in 3 touch opportunities, the better it's going to be for the Miami Mayhem. His partner just 2 of 5, but again, he has to pick and choose from not ideal opportunities. He has those 3 blocks, 2 aces. If they're doing that, Miami's going to win a lot in the second half of the season.
I mean, that's exactly what you want to be able to see from a blocker, right? Block points and aces.
Instant points.
Definitive as you look to their side. Coach Dan working with Chase and Miles.
Oh, look, Miles is going to get the ball. That 267 number is mainly composed of Miles here. He's 091. His partner's 3 for 4, and that's the way it should be. You don't want to give Chase any opportunities at all, so you want the ball to be on Miles Evans, but The great thing that Miami's been doing is they've been serving him, but not serving him easy. So they have negated that second ball opportunity. They're really keeping it out of the hands, the results of this match, out of the hands of Chase Budinger. So Miles Evans has got to step up if this is going to be a second set victory and a 3-set match.
Will he be able to make the climb? C-Bud starts set 2.
Yeah, they go to Shaw, interestingly. I don't know that he was ready for that one.
A lot of effort here on this first rally. In tempo, and there's a nasty swing to the corner.
Yeah, if you have somebody who is 6 of 8, why not switch it up? See if they go right back to him again. I might go short to his left. Make him run a bit.
Tried. Let's check in with Rich Lamborn. What's going on, Rich?
Thank you, Cam. I was just talking to Coach Mike Playcheck of the Miami Mayhem. I said, what's the difference between the second half of the first set versus the first half when they were down? And he said it was the serving of James Shaw, of course, and then the blocking as well. He said he thought another catalyst was that quote-unquote controversial call, which really wasn't controversial because it was the correct call, but they thought it went against them, and so that kind of fired them up, got a little spark underneath them, and kind of guided them to victory in that first set.
Yeah, again, it makes a great point. That call that was kind of somewhat overturned by the video challenge, it wasn't.
Well, yeah, we really don't have a video challenge, right? But you sort of do. And I think that was maybe part of Kame's complaint, was that the reaction of the crowd, and everybody had seen that replay. But hey, Kame, that's just the way it's going to go here. They did check the ball mark and did confirm it. You're welcome to hit a ball closely on the line and have it corrected also.
Whipping serve from Evans. Everything compact on that right side. Schalk still finding the answer.
Yeah, I like the open of the service game here from San Diego, getting aggressive right away.
Schalk has talked about how it's important to have a great team around you. He feels like he's got that now with Mike Playcheck in the box alongside James Shaw. We've also added Derek Olson as an assistant coach with that crew, so he'll also be working with the LA Launch women. Derek Olson, the former AVP pro and head coach at University of Washington.
So many opportunities coming around for the beach side.
Expanded their game as there's the option, the swat. I feel like he's getting a good touch on those, just not quite able to redirect the right direction.
Yeah, I was thinking he might want to come up just a touch later when that is the strategy, to look for the shot, come up even later. And this is a dream start here for San Diego.
Played several 3-setters thus far in the season, including one against Cook and Miller, another against Smith and Weber, and a second against Smith and Weber.
Keep finding that middle line, middle line, middle line, middle line, one short, middle line, play around.
One of the things that being able to serve and block will do for you is you don't feel like you're out of a set. You don't feel like a 4-point deficit is a really long slog. I mean, you can go back and serve an ace, get a block, serve another ace. That's 3 in a row after your set out. That's the 4 points. You can sprint if you're Miami.
Well, and don't forget, in the first set, the Smash led 6-3, and then all of a sudden it was turned around. So we're just at a 1-point differential in that regard here in set number 2. Can they find the same magic in the second? Jump set and sent right back. You're really starting to see so much offense on both sides of the net. So many different tempos, locations, and routes taken from these two teams.
I love it. I blame the Swedes.
Right back to 3-6. A set to the rafters. Beautiful recovery. Can't find the third. Another block for James Shaw.
Yeah, James getting up big at the net. More importantly, that keeps him at the line off of a good rhythm. Good eye work that time. You saw him check up to the set and then immediately got down and took a look at Chase. That'll give you so much more information than just staring at the ball.
Taking some pace off from the serve and one more block. That's number 5 for James Shaw. Yeah, just eat.
Give me the volleyballs. Yeah, and he comes up late here. Watch how late he is. Pausing, looks, and then hesitates at the very bottom and comes up and hangs. I like him playing with the timing here. There's an on-2 chance. Way to dig in.
And unbelievable. Just can't get there.
That was fortunate for San Diego.
The gap is narrowing though. 5 blocks for Shaw. Another attempt his direction. And that's an area that he's going to have to continue to develop. It's kind of that soft touch in that game.
Indeed. I think a lot of players, younger players, especially with his size and physicality, would have come in and tried to crank that one back across their body. Would have been low, and I think Chase would have eaten that one up. Chase's blocking has really improved this year. Instead, he goes to the shot, and it was wildly successful. No one was close.
Slap shot. And to your point about Chase Budinger and his blocking, he actually has 0 blocks in this match. He said that's one of the most frustrating elements to his mindset is if he's not getting blocks, all of a sudden that's when he starts to really turn it on. This could be the difference maker here in set 2. Could Chase Budinger get a touch? Serve to the sideline. Shaw, or excuse me, Schalk with the seam. The other S.
They're definitely ripe for some branding opportunities with a double S on their chest.
How'd that error come to be?
Well, okay, so if I'm James right now and I want to serve Miles a bunch and I'd like to put a little bit of that side spin on it, move all the way to the right. All you're doing is making the court longer. If you're going corner to corner, you're gaining a foot or more from that corner to corner action. So slice around it. You want to hit Miles. You don't care if you hit him to his right or his left. Give yourself a little bit of extra sand to work with.
Just a 1-point game. Here come the Mayhem. Shaw stuck in no man's land, didn't know what to do.
No, I credit Miles on that play. Very nice job by Miles Evans to stay behind this ball. He waited because he had that bad pass. Dug out, and that's 6 feet off, but still the crisp contact with direction by Miles Evans. Beautifully done.
Tempo set. Quick and nimble. Miles Evans scoops and scores.
That's the double S that San Diego's looking for.
Open net. And that ball sent back to the South Bay.
Woo! Someone called Caltech. I think that one registered.
Seismic from C-Bud. Saved that one from the antenna.
Yeah, that's the advantage of being that height with all that hitting experience that he's had at the different levels and professionally, is his ability to wrap his arm around that. It's a very difficult attack from an arm mechanic perspective. He can wrap his elbow and hand around that to create the angle into contact.
Open net opportunity and double down defense. Both were there. Free ball. And another. This has just become a hitting warm-up for Chase Budinger.
It's smartly done by Miles Evans, reading the situation, knowing that the opponent could not possibly get a block up there. So it's not important that the set is great to Chase Budinger, only that it is.
He's 8 of 12, hitting .583, just one error. And there's a closer touch on the block.
That one was a battle of two people who knew exactly what they were going to do. James was going to swing no matter what. Chase knew exactly where he was going. He just missed getting to the finish of that angle.
An error on the side of Miami brings us to a set point. San Diego smash. If in fact they take the set, we'll be moving on to their fourth third set match, or 3-set match in 6 matches played. Jump back set, and not so fast for the Miami Mayhem.
So now we'll learn a little something about James Shaw here. How aggressive will he be? Set in the offing. You're a few points away, not entirely lost. Confidence check. High level.
And here comes Chase. He says it's time to play in number 3. They played 3 late last night, and it's the exact same turnaround.
Maximum volleyball entertainment for you now off of a very nice second set from Chase Budinger, and his partner Miles Evans said Miles Evans needs to step up, right? How's 5 kills on 6 attempts? Does that count? Does that count? I'd go with yes, throw in 3 digs along with that. And you have yourself a very nice second set. 15-11 is control.
I want him to arrive here. I want to keep forward on him when he ran back.
As we're just about to put week 5 to bed, let's tell you what's to come with the AVP League. Get a chance to head off to New York next in the Big Apple. Check out Central Park and some of the teams you will get to see. You're not going to want to miss these matchups. Back outside, it's a different landscape amongst the steel and the skyscrapers. Then we'll be off to Dallas and Austin, and a chance to see a championship in Chicago at Oak Street Beach. Who will be crowned your pairs champion? I'm curious when we're going to be handing out the AVP League Cup.
Yeah, it could be long before we get to Chicago. That will be interesting. Palm Beach making a good case for it. They'll be in their final regular season appearance next week in Central Park. They'll be facing off with the San Diego Smash to open that one. We also have Austin and New York. Of course, you got to have the home side there. And Austin, I'm looking forward to getting another look at them, especially on the women's side. They're as yet undefeated.
Talking about the League Cup standings. LA now sitting at 7-1. They did have that first loss. It was on the women's side to Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson for Therese Cannon and May Craft. But they were able to hang on to number 1 with another win on the men's side. A massive one for Logan Weber and Hagen Smith. They have undoubtedly become a crowd favorite, a fan favorite, as the Palm Beach Passion are sitting awfully pretty at 9-3. They just get to sit back a little bit at this point. Have one more chance. They'll be in action in Central Park next week. That will be their last and final, and then their hands are tied. They just have to let the chips fall where they may. A look through the first 2 sets as we get set. One more to go. Numbers nearly even in set number 2, but the biggest differential.
Yeah, set 2, an impressive turnaround for San Diego. And I like their aggression from the line to start. They're putting a lot of pressure on Miami. They got to keep up their side out. They side out like they did in set 2. They're going to get the victory. Yeah, don't even fake it from there. That is too far off the net for James Shaw. You either have to hit it or just set it.
I think it hurts a little more when you were a setter and you get called on a double. That was what I was born to do.
I think it hurts setters even more when somebody else doesn't get called. Get even angrier.
First point to the San Diego Smash. Put your hands together. Here we go. One apiece. He's been peppering middle to middle. This time, back to the sideline. And just builds an absolute wall. How about block number 6 for James Shaw? Let's check in with Rich Lamborn.
Thanks, Cam, and that was a perfect segue because, you know, my thought is that set 3 always about who executes their game plan the best. We've talked about the respective game plans, serving and blocking on the side of the Miami Mayhem and just going out and having fun on the side of the San Diego Smash. And James Shaw showing the serve and stuff on the play leading into this conversation. Let's see if the fun-loving ways of the San Diego Smash can win out here.
Well, it worked in set number 2, a little levity on their side, as well as some nice passing, securing that second set win. Snappy serve as James Shaw points that one back. 3-2.
I think James Shaw can take advantage of more on-2 opportunities here. There's plenty of open space, especially straight ahead or to his left. There's a lot of open court. He's got to keep an eye on where Chase Budinger is located.
Faking the option and right back, another block, but that won't hit the stat line. That one will. Error on the side of Miles Evans. Do you like Miles Evans attacking that far to the right side of the court near the antenna?
I think it's a valid question. Right now against James Shaw in this particular match, I would change it up. I would keep him inside a little more. Maybe even go straight center and let him approach into the middle with that approach angle.
Force him to have to make more of a decision. I'm with you, Kev.
Yeah, have him start outside as though he's going there, but then the set would deliberately be in the middle of the court and Miles can step to it. Make James move a little bit more.
Just feels like he doesn't have a whole lot of room to work around the block of James Shaw. It's either into the block or right into the cut where James Shaw is standing. Tempo play. Shovel to the corner. Time to light it up. Here we go. This man has practically invented the block at this point.
Man, he's getting in a zone. Look at the eyes. Good eye work. Excellent reach. Focus on the hitter. Got from the ball directly down to the hitter. Saw him drop his head. The little bill came down on his hat, and he knew where it was going.
It's hard to imagine that 7 blocks is not the most this season, but it is tied for the most this season with Taylor Sander. He's one away from taking the record.
I'm gonna go on record as saying I think that gets broken right now in this set, the way it's been going. I still want James to go to the right side for his serve.
I'm not even sure which way that goes. Chase just goes, looks up and says, yeah, thanks for that one.
We'll file that under the weirdo plays of the year.
Sometimes you just got to put your hands in the air. Chase still looking, I think, at the video board. He wants to see the replay.
My sight out of the season, go ahead and look it up, was from the LA launch. It happened in the last match today. I'm sure it'll be making the rounds on social, but go check it out. A backslide kill was the finish from Hagen. You wanted some variation? You just got it, Cameron Irwin.
Now changing up is Miles Evans, attacking from the left side, just creating some more space.
Yeah, you saw how much James Shaw had to move there. Choppy feet, trying to get in position.
Falling to his left, here comes Kim Shulk. Another high waterfall.
So if I were Miami, I would grab something from San Diego. I would pull the spread right there, and I would have James be more ready to have that ball way out to the pin, pass from Kame when it's in the middle. Push him, and then you force the blocker to commit to you. And I think James can just tattoo a number of balls over there, because right now Chase Budinger is not committing.
Committing to that swing. 7-all. Chase Budinger, having dealt with a lot of injuries throughout his NBA career, said beach volleyball has really changed that for him. It's been so much easier on his body. Allowed him to pursue a second profession, and at the highest level. Here's a look to the most blocks thus far. James Shaw and Taylor Sander with the New York Nitro. Talk about weird plays. I mean, how can you not laugh? Miles Evans just smirking, going, I don't know how he does it. I've never seen a point like that.
Well, that's 2 weirdo plays in just a little bit. James Shaw can't believe it. That can be a momentum killer.
This team of the San Diego Smash is kind of relegated to Chase Budinger being more aggressive from the service line and Miles Evans trying to be a little bit more poignant in his location versus Power looking for aces. That's as fast as it comes. I mean, we are inside.
That's signature San Diego right there. Pulling it all the way to the pin, and this is what I would, if I were Miami, I would copy a little bit. You don't necessarily need that kind of pace. San Diego has been singular in developing that particular play, but the spacing is something that's there for the taking.
That feels like a 0 tempo set.
Straight down, in or out. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, we'll have a challenge here for sure. We'll check the ball mark.
Immediate challenge, the ball mark.
And Miles Evans is putting up 2 fingers saying that's 2 points. Or maybe a double contact.
Well, that's what they wanted. Yeah, they wanted the set to be called.
Ooh, yeah, it is a little spinny.
That ball's out. In replay, it's further out than I thought.
The ball will stand as out of bounds.
Ball stands as out of bounds from John King. 9 hitting errors for Budinger and Evans.
Well, keep in mind 7 of those are blocks. So really only 2 out.
You can just see how tough that is to have to face James Shaw.
Well, James Shaw at this point is just challenging
anything.
Chase Budinger to get a hold of him. He doesn't really care. Fine, you're going to get in my way. I'm still going to swing at it. It's inconsequential.
I mean, at this point, he's had the better of it. Seabud's still blockless.
Yeah, I think when you have the right attacker, you can do that. You know, really high-level indoor attackers coming to the beach, it's never been the issue of attacking. It's the issue of all the other nuance you have to acquire. Remember Reed Pretty coming over, and he would just unload on balls. It really didn't matter when he had everything aligned. He could go around with power whenever, but it was a matter of getting all that aligned, and the beach players do so much nuance to make that not the case.
Miles Evans only needs his left arm to secure that dig. There's the block. Add it to the stat line. Here you go, Seabud. Perfect timing.
And a quiet moment for him too. You're talking about the frustration when he's not getting blocks. There, I think that little moment is going to feed him.
A 4-1 run now for the San Diego Smash with a 2-point advantage, reaching well outside of his body.
I still want King. Maybe serve it in between them. I don't know, honestly, go back there, see space, feel it out.
For me, the service on Kane. He won all 4 on him. That's how we've been getting him over and over. He runs a back as a 4.
Don't let the left hand go in. Just go straight.
Focus on the serve. and the rest is gonna come. Okay? Be patient on the contact. We're gonna put this ball up, so let's take care of this ball when we make the contact.
My serve feels really good right now. That's good. You gotta get this one down.
So you heard the conversation defensively on the side of the San Diego Smash, and also where they wanted to put the serve. Where was the result?
Well, they've had a lot of success with that middle serve. Just trying to force him into a decision here. Kame's been taking a lot of that middle space.
Miami has had only 3 hitting errors in this entire match, 2 of which have come in this set. They've got to have a side out here.
Bad toss, a little too far in front. Sometimes you lay that thing just a little too far in front of you, whether it's a jump or a float. Another courage moment here for James.
Chase works to the right and finds the opposing angle.
Top shelf communication between partners there off that quick serve to go back.
I mean, when he's seen the ball, he's been highly efficient. Just 1 error, hitting 706 in this match. 14 total kills on 18 attempts. That spells trouble. A dime of a set on the run, nonetheless. San Diego looking to improve to 2-2, or excuse me, Miami Mayhem looking to improve to 2-2. They need a few more here. Another set sent well to the right side, and that block still paying dividends. He didn't get a piece of it, but he forces the error, 13-all.
Whoever wins this point will have match point. We will be on our feet after this point.
Buttinger and Evans have been at this point 4 times in league play. A win here would be huge. Match point now for the San Diego Smash. Their women's duo picked up the win. Another here could start the momentum. Short serve, here comes Kame Schulk. From the middle, and it's the block of Shaw. Swing blocks is not enough coverage. San Diego Smash, 2 wins on the day and climbing the cup standings.
Displaying some really nice grit and toughness there. The San Diego Smash hanging against some nice plays from the Miami Mayhem. I love that performance. The grind for Buttinger and Evans.
4 of their 6 matches going to a 3rd set. And this time they pick up the win. Working better and better as we go.
Stay aggressive, have fun. They stayed aggressive, and you know what's fun? Winning.
Sounds a lot like the LA Launch men and their motive in their matches. It's been an incredible weekend here from the Intuit Dome. The first time beach volleyball has seen this arena, and it has put on an absolute party, a show. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cameron Irwin, Kevin Barnett, and Rich Lamborn down on the sand. We can't wait to see you right back on the Silica.